policies you're agreeing to because they could take money from you anytime. Hey PayPal, I noticed you just took $2,500 from my bank account. That's correct, you violated our policies. How? Well, you promoted other forms of intolerance. What does that mean? It means we deemed your actions to promote other forms of intolerance, meaning you're in violation of our acceptable use policy, which means we can take $2,500 from your bank account immediately. But who gets to say what other forms of intolerance are? We do. Are there published guidelines somewhere? No. So you just took my money. Yes, but you allowed us to. Make it make sense, folks. Read the fine print closely. Keep filing for more finance tips.
A good reason to stay away from PayPal. Just saying.
Airplane crash survivors had studied the locations of the exit doors on takeoff.
80% of the survivors.
I'm going to study where the exit doors are. Because I want to be in that 80%. That's a good percentage to be in, isn't it? 100% of the dead people study the locations of the exit doors on takeoff. You would never know because they're dead. All right? So this statistic is basically meaningless to act upon. That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying. 80% of airplane crash survivors had studied the locations of the exit doors on takeoff.
Okay, he's bringing up some pretty good points. And it's something to ponder and think over, as the frauditors don't do. A lot of people, they, ask me questions. They say, why don't you like the auditors? I don't have a problem with the auditors unless they're, mischievous or nefarious indeed. But I'm not talking about auditors. I'm talking about frauditors. Auditors would have a badge from the General Accounting Office and orders. These jackasses that harass people in the libraries, the post office, frauditors. There's a difference. Learn it.
Police also won't tell you there's a Fifth Amendment loophole. Don't talk if you don't have to. There was a case once where a citizen started talking to the police, and then he became uncomfortable during the conversation, so he just immediately went silent. But the police kept asking him questions, and then come to find out the police tried to write it down to interpret that his silence meant that he was somehow guilty of what they were saying. The police in this case proceeded forward, the district attorney's office proceeded forward, and even the Supreme Court ruled that if you start speaking to the police and then you remain silent, that silence could be used as an implicit admission to what the police are asking you. That means if you started talking to the police, you better make sure and speak up by saying, I wish to remain silent, I will not answer any questions, and then stay silent. Because otherwise, if you start talking and then you remain silent, they could try to use your silence against you.
Legally speaking, if you don't answer the policeman's question, the answer is yes. And the Supreme Court has supported that. Here's some more jackassery.
Did you know you can lie about being in the military? You can lie about being in the military, and that's not stolen valor. Many people get this confused. In fact, stolen valor is when you gain some sort of money or gain some sort of...
Wrong, jackass.
...property off of the benefit of you lying about being in the military.
Wrong, you stupid jackass. The Stolen Valor Act was rescinded. Guess what? Tom Cruise made a movie called Top Gun. He got paid for it. All the extras in the movie, they weren't in the military. They got paid for it. They made money off of pretending to be in the military or lying about being in the military because they played military people. Clint Eastwood, Heartbreak Ridge, Kelly's Heroes, Jack Nicholson, A Few Good Men. Yeah, the Stolen Valor Act has been rescinded. You are a dumbass.
And ended the slaughter. That is the paradigm that we need to look at, whether we're looking at securing the church or securing the school. Why are so many of these happening in gun-free zones? Simply because predators seek prey.
The frauditors, they are predators seeking prey. They go after weak targets, weak police. They go after people that won't do anything about it. The frauditors know that the police cannot fight back. Of course, if the policeman has the support of his supervisor, he can. Matter of fact, if he's got the support of the sheriff or the chief of police, he can arrest these people for crimes. Okay, the frauditors are perpetrators. They're predators looking for weak targets. That is what a frauditor is.
You know how it goes. If I break the law, you arrest me, and there's no other process. The law.
That is bullshit. You can break the law, run a red light and get a speeding ticket. You don't have to go to jail. These jackass frauditors. And why in the hell are people listening to them? That's the question.
Law is the law for everybody.
Okay, there is a different process. Okay, there's what's
You arrest the criminal on the spot. That's what your job is.
A lot of times we don't always take them to jail.
Well, oh, really?
Yes. That's
Really? So I could just go grabbing people.
Because there's a
with
No.
so if I walk around with my gun,
It's called assault by contact. Right. It's a citation. Class C.
Okay, I don't know what this is all about. Okay, but anyway, the thing to remember is that these frauditors are, well, they're full of it, to say the least. I'll give you an example. I paid for that car, I paid for that uniform, I paid for that building, this is my building, I can do whatever the hell I want with it. No. Just because you pay taxes does not mean you can do what the hell you want. I'll give you an example. If you buy a share of Disney stock, you cannot go to Disney World and urinate in the street of Disney World. Well, I own this place because I paid for it. If you buy a share of Disney stock, you do not own Disney Corporation. You own a very, 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 very low level modicum of possible property. But these fraudsters say, well, I own this thing because I'm a taxpayer, therefore I own this building. This is my building, you work for me. Bullshit. Frauditors lie and they're wrong. People who believe the frauditors are foolish.
he committed 2 crimes.
No,
He was in possession of a firearm.
it's Texas.
He was in possession of a firearm.
That's Texas.
Amagansett Press has a firearm, you jackass.
It doesn't matter. So I could just grab you right now, and then what? What's gonna happen?
Look at the way these frauditors think. Okay, they deserve to be put down. And by put down, I mean put in jail or subdued. Okay? Don't assume the worst. So what I said.
What would happen?
It's called Class C. It could be handled.
Oh, so you can assault me, and then it's okay?
He didn't say
He's a
that.
cop.
I'm telling you. No,
He's a cop.
He's not a cop, first of all.
He's got a badge.
He's a bailiff. You gotta know the difference.
Oh, okay, so good. Arrest him.
Okay, so here's the problem. Frauditors lie. There is no shortage of evidence. Well, I pay my taxes, therefore this building's mine. Wrong. My tax dollars paid for this building, paid for your salary. Wrong. Since 1988, your tax dollars do not pay for these government buildings, nor do they pay for the salaries of government employees. Okay? And that's just the way it is. Learn the process, you lying frauditor.
He's nobody. Go ahead, go get
It's
him.
not an arrestable
Nope.
offense. It's a,
Yes, it is.
It's a citation.
Okay, so cite him.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. You got ID with you?
I want to know his name first.
You got ID with you?
Negative. This is not, let's make a deal, okay? Oh, you give me that, I'll give you that. Okay, refusing to ID, by the way, in a criminal investigation is illegal. Okay?
Because you're gonna be when we go to court.
I'll give you all my information when I see some paperwork being done on him.
It's not let's make a deal, you jackass.
I got you. I'll wait right here. Once his paperwork is done, and once
do paperwork with no computer here in front of me.
Asamo, you can't have your cake and eat it too. Either you want to frame the innocent citizen and you want to show your ID, or you give up on framing him and then you keep your ID private. Maybe you don't want the officer here to know what you have on your record, because I wouldn't be proud of that either. But it is what it is. You cannot have it both ways.
I don't know what I can't trust you guys right now. You just saw a guy breaking the law, and you're just gonna cite him.
It's Google it. You got it from just Google it.
You have to arrest that guy.
Frauditor, you're full of shit and you're a liar. And these people who, the frauditor butthole lickers, you're stupid. Get the light out of my face now. Get the light out of my face now.
I'm not even shining this light in your face. You're shining yours in mine.
So if you want to record, I don't care, but you're not going to put that damn light in my face. Shut the light off. I can do the same thing, man.
What's your name?
My name's Officer Folion.
Folion? What's your badge number?
You might stop and shine a light in my face.
You give me the badge number right now.
It's 9800. You can have my badge number all day long. Okay, so this cop's weak. You give up the name and the badge number to a belligerent perpetrator who's shining a light in your face? You're stupid. Let's face it, cops are terrible, okay? Whether they're corrupt or weak or just useless, cops in general are no good. Put that light in my face again, you're going to go to jail for obstructing.
I'm not obstructing nothing. Go about your job. Go about your job. You ain't going to do nothing.
Again, you're going to jail.
Really?
Yes. It's all on body camera. Call my bluff. Put that light in my face.
Is your body camera on right now?
It sure is.
Did he ask you to open the door? That's an illegal search and seizure.
No,
is your
not.
investigation over? Don't touch me.
Get the light out of my face now. Okay, you are not supposed to harass the cops while they're working, okay? It's illegal. Finally, they arrested this jackass, as they should have. Here we got a situation.
Japan attacked Pearl Harbor on December 7th, 1941, prompting America to enter World War II. The war heightened racist attitudes and anti-Japanese sentiment grew. Many suspected their Japanese American neighbors might be spies or saboteurs. The military pressured President Roosevelt to take action. On February 19, 1942, FDR issued Executive Order 9066, which made it legal to relocate Japanese Americans from the West Coast.
Read the text of Executive Order 9066. We had to suspend the Constitution. For people so they could arrest the Japanese. But they weren't Japanese, they were Americans. So the text suspended by executive order, by FDR, suspended constitutional rights of American citizens, all American citizens. And people, people of Japanese nationality who were actually born in America, whose parents were born in America, some as young as 4 years old went to prison. Oh, it wasn't a prison, it was an internment. Same thing, okay? Tomato, tomato. But around here we say tomato.
Over 120,000 Japanese Americans were taken from their homes, some of which were seized by white Americans. They could only bring with them what they could carry, and were shipped to remote relocation centers. Once at the camps, they essentially became prisoners.
They were prisoners. Okay? A tomato by any other name tastes the same.
Nearly 2/3 of people interned were native-born American citizens. Over 1,000 young people from the camps volunteered for military service. Eleanor Roosevelt strongly opposed the internment. She visited one of the camps and urged FDR to lift the order.
We must not forget this. We must realize that one cannot tell the difference between a citizen and a non-citizen by just looking at him, by seeing the color of his skin, or by hearing him talk.
These were Americans, born in America. Many of them, and a lot of them, their parents were born in America. They were Americans. Their grandparents were born in America. Yeah. So the executive order had to say all Americans lose constitutional rights. They suspended the Constitution, proving that the Constitution is not a Bill of Rights. It's a list of privileges that can be taken away at any time.
In 1944, the Supreme Court ruled that the government's actions were constitutional.
Yep, that's true. The Supreme Court backed it up.
In January 1945, the executive order was...
Okay, so what happened was the Supreme Court backed it up. Oh, the Supreme Court said a lot of things. The Supreme Court said that segregation was legal. The Supreme Court said it was illegal. The Supreme Court said slavery was illegal. The Supreme Court also said slavery was legal. Yeah, the Supreme Court. Give me a break.
Boy, everyone in this country's always running around yammering about their fucking rights. I have a right, you have no right, we have a right, they don't have a right. Folks, I hate to spoil your fun, but there's no such thing as rights, okay? They're imaginary. We made them up, like the boogeyman.
Now we have this jackass, stolen valor vigilantism. Same category as the frauditor. Same problem.
He didn't get a fucking thing right. So he's a paramedic firefighter up there. I was. Apparently he's an officer up there. I'll find that shit out. But goddamn, man. You're up there pushing your chimney sweep business on people. You know, he's a retired SEAL or he's an ex-SEAL or, you know, all this other
He's making the same claims you're making, Shipley.
bullshit. The SEAL Team fucking 3 in the 70s. Give me a fucking break. I'm going to call this motherfucking dick one more time, and then I'm going to light him up. I'm in a fucking foul mood.
And I don't give a shit, okay? And the question, all respectfully speaking, who the hell are you?